Hello, Dominique here with the podcast It's Not Easy Being Green for a short update. I'm here with Christine on a location in the backyard of one of the homes abutting the proposed Miller Road battery storage plant. The proposed facility will be built just over the stone wall right there. In a previous episode, we uncovered that the governor's intra-agency task force in their investigation of the 3 best fires of 2023 failed to include any results from the testing of hydrogen fluoride in their report. Disturbingly, the same group came out with new fire codes that are woefully inadequate and still leave homes and neighborhoods like this vulnerable to New York State plan to place these throughout the state under the guise that they're safe.
Moving on from the corruption in New York State, we have just learned some disturbing news about the corruption in a company manufacturing turbine blades. According to an article written by Toby Germain, LM Wind Power, a Danish manufacturer of wind turbine blades and a subsidiary of GE Verona, has been linked to possible falsification of data, resulting in blades unfit for service being sent out to fulfill orders. Think of the ramifications of such deception. When the blade the size of a football field fails, it litters the ocean or ground with fiberglass coated with biphenyl epoxy resin, or BPA.
And which BPA is classified as a harmful toxic chemical according to EU, the European Union, and it is an endocrine disruptor that has been found to damage fertility and eventually could lead to cancer, which is awful. This ramification of failed blades littering the ocean or land cannot be considered anything less than a catastrophe for the environment. Getting back to what has been uncovered, I read that in the Gaspee plant, the senior manager allegedly implemented a point system that encouraged employees to skip verification steps, thus prioritizing production quantity over quality. I hear, Christine, that you read some alarming practices reputed to be industry-wide.
Yes, in an investigation led by GE Verona's lawyers, the practice of senior company executives asking employees to falsify quality control data was pervasive at the company. Can you imagine being a lower-level employee faced with doing what the company wants to ramp up production or following the rules by acting according to your conscience? An act which potentially could leave you without a job. I am sure many felt uncomfortable with taking part, but feeding their family and keeping their job won out. Apparently, this is a widespread practice of the industry. Dominique, have you read about any actions taken by the company to address this wrong?
Well, it has been reported that numerous suspensions and layoffs have taken place at LE. It is unclear who has received these suspensions, but one would hope that managers that intimidated low-level employees were the ones targeted and not working-class employees just trying to put food on the table. Christine, what does this mean for the marine turbine projects currently proposed for the East Coast?
The integrity of the industry is now questionable, as the entire production lot of the longest blades in America cannot be trusted to meet minimum industry standards. The possible harm to marine life and coastal communities would cost millions. Vineyard Wind off of Nantucket had a blade failure this summer caused by a manufacturer defect. The blade was installed and manufactured by GE Verona. The full cost of the impact of that failure on the environment, tourism, and the fishing industry is still being evaluated. Now, in the light of this scandal, one has to wonder how many other blades are thus affected by manufacturing defects as we enter into the winter season punctuated by volatile weather.
Thank you for watching our short.